Earlier today, I made two videos basically talking about the Philadelphia Eagles secondary and whether or not they need to go after a cornerback and or safety. I put up on a community poll what you guys thought was the most important out of the two. You guys overwhelmingly chose cornerback, and well, maybe Howie Roseman may have been listening to you. There are rumors, there are reports from many people on Twitter saying that the Eagles are going to aggressively pursue James Bradberry if he is to be cut by the New York Giants. The New York Giants have spoken about this plenty of times in this offseason. They want to move on from that contract. They have been looking for a trade partner. It looks like it's going to come down to them having to cut him. So if the Eagles are to get him, do you think he would be a good fit? And do I think he would be somebody that the Eagles can realistically count on for the long term? Let's talk about it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today I want to talk about James Bradberry. I want to talk about what the Eagles should or should not do in this situation. Now, before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K, and we would love for you guys to join that ride. So let's just hop right into it, man. If it looks like one of my videos, I look like I was crying. I have like 4 lights on me so you guys can see this beautiful mug in such clarity. So yeah, that is the price I pay. I'm hot, y'all. I'm hot. I'm fixing the AC. It's going to be better. I promise. But either way, let's get right into this. So look, James Bradberry is a name that has gone under the radar for a while. He has been, on the trade block this whole offseason, it seems, from the New York Giants. They have been wanting to move on from that contract. It doesn't seem like they're going to get a trade partner. Now rumors are that the New York Giants are pretty close to having to cut James Bradberry. Obviously, this allows James Bradberry to pick wherever he wants to go. And not only that, wherever he goes, gets to make a new contract. My question is, what do the Philadelphia Eagles look at a James Bradberry as? Do you look at James Bradberry as a gap player, as a bridge player, or do you look at James Bradberry as someone you can build with for 3-4 years down the line? I think it's a little bit more towards the latter. I think that James Bradberry is like 28. He's not that old. He's a guy that you can realistically move ahead with. He had a great year last year with the Giants. In context, he played well. Obviously the New York Giants aren't great, but he played well. He showed that he can be one of those top guys. Obviously he was good prior to getting to the New York Giants, and that's what got him the bag. I think that pairing him with someone like Darius Slay, you're looking at an upside or an uptick in talent from last year when you had Steven Nelson. This would be a huge pickup for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm assuming, and don't quote me on this because I don't know his whole contract situation with the Giants, but I'm assuming that they're going to have to eat some type of dead money on his contract. I don't know what it would be for next year, but I say that to say this. I'm hoping that James Bradberry would say, listen, I'll take a little bit less money to go somewhere, especially like a Philadelphia, where you can kind of get back at some of the teams that slighted you. So it would be very interesting. It would be very interesting. I would not be against it. I think that if the numbers work out, then definitely go ahead and make that swing. Then you're only worrying about one position. You're really only necessarily worrying about the safety position, and you're worrying about who's going to be your starters there. Let those guys battle it out. Give guys like Zach McPherson, Tay Gowan, Kerry Vincent Jr., all these young guys, give them another year, another guy that they can study under. I think that Steven Nelson gave even more than what we saw. We all look at the tackles, we look at the on-field play. I think that him as a veteran in this league, knowing how to be a veteran, knowing how to be a professional, as they say a lot, I think that added a lot of value to the secondary as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Philadelphia Eagles want to do. Hearing their names attached to these type of guys really makes me excited, because it shows me that Howie and company are still looking into things. They're still not resting. They're not resting on their laurels. They're not like, all right, we had a good draft, now we're good. I think that they understand that there are still holes that they need to fill. And I said even in my video earlier that I think that cornerback is going to be one of the easiest spots to go ahead and fill those holes. So I would love to get Steve. I would love to get him here. I would love to get him here. James Bradberry is a guy that I think can be on this team for 2-3 years. It'll be interesting to see what his market is going to be like. Maybe he still gets a bag somewhere on a 1-year deal or something like that, and it kind of prices us out of the conversation, because I don't think that we're gonna, throw a bag at him. But do what you do, Howie. Do what you do. I think that we know the talent there, and I don't think that it's a home run pick, but at the same time, I think that it's an upgrade from last year, and I think that that's something that would be interesting to see. We continuously give all these pieces to Jonathan Gannon, and now it'll all fall on Jonathan Gannon. We've said this on the offensive side with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. These guys are given weapons. These guys are given tools this year. It's time to go out there and show out, but the same can be said on the defensive side. We are starting to give a lot of weapons and a lot of your type of guys to Jonathan Gannon. It's time to make something happen. Make something happen, Jonathan Gannon. I'm looking forward to seeing this battle kind of play itself out. Looking forward to seeing the rest of this free agency kind of play itself out. But other than that, just in life news, tomorrow we're going to have Fran Duffy on at 10 in the morning to talk about these draft picks. So I'm excited about that. So definitely be there. It's open to everybody. It's not just a members only or anything. It will be on Twitch as well. So if you guys want to go support the Twitch, I would appreciate that. It's at Philly TP, but I'm rambling now. But yeah, you guys let me know what you're thinking about James Bradberry. What would you do to bring him on this team? How much would you give up in a contract situation? Or would you be one of those teams that say, look, I know you're about to cut him, here's a 7th round pick, we'll try and figure out a contract situation when he gets here, maybe we restructure or something like that? I say let him get cut and then get into the bidding war and see if you can win it. But like I said, let me know what you guys thinking in the comments. Y'all know what it is. It's Fly Eagles Fly. We are out here. Peace.
Everywhere. This is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here cool on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.